Now I walk backwards.
You ready?
We're ready.
You're fine. You're gonna turn.
Hello.
Hello. Good luck.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Emily. Since 7th grade, you've been one of my greatest friends and biggest supporters.
We did it, babe. We planned an entire wedding and we still really like each other. I always used to wonder as a little girl what finding your soulmate would be like. Would I know it when I met them? How would I feel when I did? Well, today I can confidently say that I met mine in his 7th grade English class, where I sat next to a boy who needed me as much as I needed him.
All through middle school and through high school, we've shared so many memories together. We never even realized how much our relationship was growing that entire time. Without you, a lot of things would have been impossible in my life. I always grew up feeling like I had no friends, but I always had one in you. And I always had somebody I could trust, and who I felt like no matter what would always be by my side. Little did I know, so many years later, we would be getting married. I always joked with you that we would. I remember proposing to you probably dozens of times throughout our high school year, jokingly, but yet deep down I was 100% serious. I wrote sticky notes, I hid them in your lockers, I hid them on your desk, always just the same words, will you marry me? We always used to laugh and joke it off, but I truly, truly meant it. I felt like you were the perfect woman, and you were the greatest friend to me. But there was always somebody else in your life, and I always had to keep my mouth shut not to ruin a really amazing friendship. We both graduated, and the only person I cried with on our senior day was you. The only person I was truly going to miss was you.
When I first started coming around the Snyder family, James and I would hang out a lot. During these days, we would talk about anything and everything, and Emily's name would be sprinkled throughout all those conversations. Hearing her name so many times, I started paying attention and learned that she was totally out of his league. I found out she was on her way to beauty school, which told me she was driven. She danced and cheered her whole life, so I knew she was a committed athlete. And since 7th grade, had kept James in the friend zone. Somehow, he still had hope. Usually, Harp was somewhere close, rolling his eyes, signing to me that James was crazy and this was never gonna happen. But damn if these Snyder boys aren't persistent.
It was the first time I met this dude that was just happy and full of life and very clearly madly in love with Emily. After he walked away, I didn't even have to say anything. I gave Em that look like, so when's the wedding? And she was like, no. He's just like my best friend.
Me and James, we'd hang out all the time. And I would pressure James all the time, and I would be like, James, you gotta ask this girl, you gotta get Emily to come down here and go on a date with you. So finally one night he walks in and he has the biggest smile on his face, and he looks at me and says, I got a surprise. A couple moments later, I look at the door and Emily comes walking through the door. But at the time, they wanted everybody to know that it was not a date. It was just two friends having dinner. But James and Emily, you guys are welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
No, I'm just kidding.
Look at you, cat dog. Beautiful.
You like it?
I love it. Let's talk box color. Now, I'm going to say that you probably wouldn't go to the Dollar General to get box color. I mean, you got to change like blue to red, red to green, It's tough. I mean, you got a little lab. I'm sure it takes time to learn that. You know, it takes effort. Also with hairdos, right? Perms and body waves, and you don't do those? I didn't think so. My point is, when you lean into God and you spend time with Him, it's the same thing. When you don't do this, you become vulnerable. Your foundation becomes weak.
Can I get 2 claps and Ric Flair?
Wow.
If you know me, you know I'm fiercely protective of those I love. So that meant learning as much as I could about this girl. If you look hard enough, usually you can find anything good or bad. But the more I learned, I couldn't believe what I found. She was everything James said she was. Not one person had a negative thing to say about her. When James finally got Emily to date him, it was clear that this was it. We even threw him a getting out of the friend zone party. Emily was around all the time after that. The more and more we got to know her, the real her, after she stopped trying to impress us, the more we all saw what James knew in 7th grade. She wiggled her way into our hearts. She was helping James become a better man. Letting Matt put her in headlocks. Making Chris belly laugh. Praying with Graham. And going on adventures with me. In the past 6 years, Emily has taught me how to be honest with myself no matter who is in the room. She's helped me learn how to be more confident. She has taught me that no matter what, women raise other women up, and that's how it should be always. She showed me that despite what I used to believe, you can never have too many sisters. I trust her so much, there isn't a hair on my body I wouldn't let her cut.
Before I knew it, Emily was in our lives and in our hearts. It quickly went from the girl that James had been waiting for to someone we didn't know we needed. You've had many nicknames since I first met you. Some that are microphone friendly, some that are not. I think it's safe to say we have come into the golden era of your names. Bree and I made you Aunt Malie, and now James makes you Mrs. Snyder. James, I'm proud to call you my brother. Happy to say you were right from the beginning about Emily. I believe in the two of you. I have your back every step, and I am most thankful my son has his Uncle Jimmy and Aunt Malie.
Coming into this family is intimidating because the Snyders love each other so much and so hard that you kind of have to prove yourself before you're in. I had to too, but once you're in, it's such a beautiful place to be. I never knew that life could be filled with so much love and respect, and to that I owe a lot to the Snyder family.
So now here we are, the promise of forever, and this is what I make to you. I was once told, as we both have been told many times, marriage is like two horses pulling a cart. If the pair don't work together, traveling in the same direction, the cart won't go.
You love me better and stronger than I ever knew I could be loved. It's something that I never even thought I deserved. But you remind me that I am worthy. I admire your patience with me and the way you go above and beyond to take care of me. Your love for your family and friends is like reading the most beautiful love letter, and it sets my heart on fire to watch you love and care for them the way you do.
I make these vows to you and to us. I vow to always stand by your side. Through your happiest of days and darkest of nights, I vow to always put our love first. I vow to always communicate about our issues, no matter how much we may disagree over the large and important issues in our life. I vow to always keep a level head and let the little things go, because the little things are only as big as the spotlight we shine on them.
I am so proud today to not only be a wife, but your wife. From today on, I vow to adventure with you from now until forever. I vow to always have fun with you no matter where we are or what we're doing. I vow, thank you, to always see you not just for who you are now, but as the man you're becoming. I vow to stand by your side as your strength, just as you've done for me. I vow to let you play video games when you really want to, because I probably want to read my book anyway. As Graham would say, marriage is like a two-horse carriage. It can only work if both horses pull together. I promise you today and always to pull with you no matter how tough it gets. Loving you has truly been my honor and God's greatest gift to me. It has also been the greatest adventure of my life, and it's only the beginning. I love you so much.
I vow to always stand up for you, because no one will ever disrespect one without intervention from the other. And last, I vow to always be your loudest fan, your best of friend, your greatest confidant, and your most loyal life companion. Forever and always, to the moon and back, I love you.
How about a quick little poem here? The groom needs to get a broom because he shut off some confetti. And now, there's not enough spaghetti in order to pay for these fines.
How about we all just eat it?
They're not gonna be
I'm not
mine!
I'm not sweeping another piece of confetti. That's all I got to say. Sorry for the language.